I was quite shocked to hear the words from myself as, if you can't trust your mother, how can you trust the world? And just before I came, I had a process, and a very young me showed up. And not only did I recognise that I'd never felt love from my mother, I was ashamed to admit that I'd never loved her. I didn't know. And there were so many processes at the campfire with forgiving my mother, wholeheartedly forgiving her, and still she's the same. And truly it doesn't usually touch so much, but it still hurts.
Yeah. But you know, there's no imperative here that you have to love your mother. That forgiveness can occur, but love isn't something you can make happen. It's something that does you. You don't do it. And my experience is the more that forgiveness happens, the natural love that is actually a non-personal love is available. And as the veils fall away, the non-personal love is here. And with someone who there hasn't been love with for the past, it can show up as a kind of neutral acceptance. And in time can maybe evolve into compassion. But I'd like to ask you to stop beating yourself up for something that's not in your hands. You know? Just to allow the forgiveness is here, and that is a form of love. That is love. But the personal love that you are ashamed that you didn't have for your mother, maybe this wasn't this lifetime for that personal chemistry of love to be here. That in the neutrality of acceptance, then it's up to love itself, whether it wants to bloom into a little flower. You know, this happened with me, with my mother, you know. I didn't love her, discovered that in the journey processes, and in the last 12 years, something beautiful has emerged in its place. With all the forgiveness that's happened, it started as acceptance, just letting her be what she is. And then something evolved into a kindness. And she's still who she is. Nothing changes. And then something else is blossoming here, in this moment. You know, 13 years on. And I don't know what it is. But I think if I gave it a name, it's got a universal love. It has some sort of personal fondness or affection in it. But it has nothing to do with my idea of how mothers and daughters are supposed to feel about one